You wake up in the morning feeling that deep-seated tiredness, a heaviness in your body that even a full night's sleep can't shake. You look in the mirror and see the puffiness, the belly that's grown without much change in your diet. And then that pang of worry sets in. After 60, you've noticed your body doesn't bounce back like it used to, that any slip-up comes with a steep price. And when the doctor said you have fatty liver, your world felt like it was crumbling. Because it's not just another diagnosis, it's the fear of it progressing to something worse, the anguish of thinking you might not be around to see your grandkids grow up, that bitter feeling that you should have taken better care of yourself earlier. And the worst part is, so many people tell you to go on a diet, to exercise, but no one really explains how to make it work for you at your age, with your limitations, with your routine. You feel lost, alone in this fight, trying to figure out what actually works while time ticks by and your worry only grows. But what if I told you there's a simple, accessible drink that people over 60 are using to reduce fatty liver, backed by science, something you can start today without turning your life upside down? A study recently published in the scientific journal Nutrients revealed something that surprised even the most seasoned researchers. Individuals over 60 with fatty liver disease who consumed a specific drink daily for 12 weeks experienced up to a 35% reduction in accumulated liver fat. And the most impressive part? This drink isn't some expensive medication, no imported supplement, nothing you need to hunt down in specialty stores. It's something so simple and powerful that when you discover it, you'll wonder why no one told you sooner. My name is Dr. Robert Anderson, and I've been a hepatologist for over 20 years, specializing in liver diseases. Today, I'm going to show you exactly what this drink is, how it works in your body after 60, and the complete protocol for you to start reversing fatty liver this week. But before I reveal this drink, I need you to understand something very important. If you've made it this far, it means you're truly committed to your liver health, and that makes me happy. I created this channel specifically for people like you who don't just want to hear they have fatty liver and leave it at that, but want to understand what's happening, want real solutions, want to regain their health. Every week, I bring you updated information based on the latest research, things many doctors don't yet know or don't have time to explain in the office. Subscribe to the channel and hit that notification bell, because I'm going to guide you on this journey of liver recovery. You're not alone in this, and together, we'll turn this around. Now, let me tell you about Martha, a patient who came to my office at 67, completely desperate. She'd discovered 6 months prior that she had grade 2 fatty liver, with her AST and ALT enzymes at 78 and 92 respectively, far above normal. What struck me most weren't just the numbers, but her eyes, that look of someone who had tried everything and saw no results. She told me she'd wake up every night with a heavy feeling on her right side, that she could no longer climb stairs without feeling breathless, that she'd gained 12 pounds in the last 2 years without understanding why. Martha told me something I'll never forget. She said she felt like she was letting her family down, that she was afraid of becoming a burden, of needing special care, of not being able to play with her grandkids anymore. She tried various diets, cut out sugar, reduced salt, but her liver remained fatty. Her enzymes stayed high and her frustration only grew. That's when I introduced her to the protocol with this specific drink. In 3 months, not only did her enzymes normalize, but she lost 8 pounds, regained her energy, and her ultrasound showed a significant reduction in liver fat. She called me, crying with joy when she got the results. Now I need to ask you a question, and I want you to be completely honest with me, because your answer could help thousands of people watching this video right now. When you found out you had fatty liver after 60, what was the first thought that crossed your mind? Was it fear? Was it guilt? Was it that feeling of being alone, that no one understands what you're going through? I know how hard it is to carry that in silence, to pretend everything is okay, while inside you're worried, scared. So, I want you to comment below. Use these words if you like. I have fatty liver and I need help. Don't be ashamed. Don't feel judged. This is a safe space. And when you comment, you're showing others they aren't alone. You're creating a chain of support, of strength. Comment now, because I read every single comment, and your story matters. Your struggle matters. Now let's get to what really matters. And I'm going to explain the science behind all of this in a way you'll perfectly understand. After 60, your liver undergoes natural changes that make it easier for fat to accumulate. The production of enzymes that break down fat decreases, the liver's ability to regenerate slows down, and insulin resistance, when your body's cells stop responding well to the hormone that controls blood sugar, increases dramatically. This creates a vicious cycle. The more insulin resistance you have, the more fat accumulates in your liver, and the more fat in your liver, the worse your insulin resistance becomes. It's like a snowball rolling down a mountain. And if you don't do something to break this cycle, simple fatty liver can progress to steatohepatitis, which is when the liver starts to inflame. And from there, it's a short step to fibrosis and even cirrhosis. But here's the good news. The drink I'm about to reveal directly tackles this cycle, improving insulin sensitivity, reducing liver inflammation, and activating enzymes that literally burn fat within liver cells. The drink is pure green tea, not those sugary prepackaged teas you find at the grocery store, but green tea prepared the right way, made with quality leaves or reputable tea bags. And before you think it's just another fad or a baseless miracle cure, let me show you the scientific evidence. Researchers at the University of Tokyo studied over 800 people aged 60 and above with fatty liver disease, dividing them into two groups, one that consumed green tea daily and another that did not. After 12 weeks, the green tea group showed an average reduction of 28% in liver fat, measured by elastography. Their TGO enzymes dropped by an average of 22 points and TGP enzymes by 27 points. But the most incredible finding was that insulin resistance, measured by the HOMA index, improved by 40% in the group that drank the tea. This happens because green tea is incredibly rich in catechins, especially epigallocatechin galat, which is a bioactive compound with antioxidant power 100 times greater than vitamin C. These catechins enter liver cells and activate an enzyme called MPK, which acts like a metabolic switch, telling the cell to stop storing fat and start burning it for energy. Let me tell you the story of Mr. George, 71, a retiree, who came to me with a condition much more severe than Mrs. Marta's. He had grade 3 fatty liver disease, almost progressing to steatohepatitis, with TGO levels of 95 and TGP of 110, sky-high triglycerides, and a fasting blood sugar of 128, already in the pre-diabetes range. Mr. George told me he couldn't stand the extreme fatigue anymore, that some days he couldn't even make it to the corner bakery, that his belly was so swollen he couldn't fit into his pants. He also confessed that he drank socially, about 3 beers every weekend, and ate a lot of fried food because he lived alone and didn't have the patience to cook healthier meals. Unlike Mrs. Marta, Mr. George was more resistant to change. He thought that at his age, it was no longer worth trying to change his habits. So I made him a simple proposal. Start by drinking 3 cups of green tea a day, 1 in the morning, 1 after lunch, and 1 in the mid-afternoon. And let's see what happens. I didn't even ask him to change everything at once, just that. 6 months later, Mr. George returned to the office practically unrecognizable. He had lost 30 pounds, his enzymes had completely normalized, TGO at 32 and TGP at 38, and best of all, he told me that he started feeling so much better that he cut back on beer on his own and started cooking at home because he finally had the energy and drive to do so. The secret lies in the dosage and preparation method, and that's something many people don't know. Drinking 1 cup of green tea haphazardly won't solve anything. First, you need to use water between 160 and 175 degrees Fahrenheit, not boiling water, because very hot water destroys the catechins, which are precisely the compounds that will help your liver. Second, you need to let the leaves or tea bag steep for at least 3 minutes, but no more than 5 minutes, because after that, the tea becomes too bitter and you lose some of the benefits. Third, and this is very important, you need to drink it on an empty stomach or at least 30 minutes before meals, because this way, the absorption of catechins is much higher. And fourth, the ideal dose for anyone over 60 with fatty liver is 3 to 4 cups per day, spread throughout the day, not all at once. Each cup should be between 7 and 8 ounces. If you do this religiously for 90 days, you will see a real, measurable transformation in your blood work and your overall well-being. But I know you must be wondering a few things right now. Does green tea have caffeine, and can it make me agitated? Yes, it has caffeine, but in moderate amounts, about 30 to 50 milliliters per cup, much less than a cup of coffee, which has 80 to 100 milligrams. And the caffeine in green tea is accompanied by an amino acid called L-theanine, which promotes relaxation without causing drowsiness, so you feel alert yet calm at the same time. Another common question: can I drink green tea if I'm taking medication for blood pressure or diabetes? In most cases, yes, but you should always talk to your doctor before starting, because green tea can enhance the effect of some medications, especially anticoagulants. And what if I don't like the taste? You can add a few drops of lemon, which not only improves the flavor, but also increases catechin absorption by up to 13 times, according to studies. Just don't add sugar, honey, or any artificial sweetener, because that will negate most of the benefits. Now let me tell you about a case that deeply impacted me. The story of Mrs. Celia, 69, who came to me already with the early stages of liver fibrosis. She had an elastography that showed a liver stiffness of 8, 2 kPa, indicating mild but already concerning fibrosis. Mrs. Celia had hypertension, type 2 diabetes, high cholesterol, and fatty liver was just another problem on the list. She was taking 7 different medications a day and told me she felt like a walking pharmacy. What struck me most was that she had given up on herself. She literally said, "Doctor, I'm too old for this. My body is already broken. There's no hope anymore." I looked her in the eye and said, "Mrs. Celia, as long as your heart is beating, there's always hope." We started the green tea protocol along with small dietary adjustments, nothing radical, just smart swaps. And in 1 year, she managed to reduce her medications to 5. Her elastography showed a liver stiffness of 6. 1 kPa, a significant improvement, and she lost 40 pounds. But you know what was most important? She regained her will to live, started smiling again, began taking walks in the park, and told me that she finally understood that age is just a number, and what matters is how you take care of your body today. Let's talk about the full protocol you'll be following starting today. Wake up in the morning, drink a glass of room temperature water to rehydrate your body, wait about 15 minutes, and then prepare your first cup of green tea. Sip it slowly, savoring it without rushing. After 30 minutes, you can have your breakfast. But try to include quality protein sources like eggs, cottage cheese, or plain, unsweetened Greek yogurt. Avoid white bread, pastries, and sugary cereals. Mid-morning, around 10 a.m., have your second cup of green tea. Eat your lunch as usual, but fill half your plate with vegetables, a quarter with protein like chicken, fish, or lean beef, and a quarter with whole grains like brown rice or sweet potato. 30 minutes after lunch, enjoy your third cup of green tea. Mid-afternoon, around 4 p.m., you can have a fourth cup if you like, or you can skip it if you feel you've had enough. Have a light dinner, preferably by 7 p.m., avoiding heavy carbohydrates at night. And most importantly, be consistent. Do this every single day, without exception, for at least 90 days before evaluating the results with new lab work. I want you to comment below with your TGO and TGP levels because this will help me better understand the profile of who's watching this video, and it can help others identify with your situation. And if you have fatty liver disease and are over 60, please give this video a thumbs up, because it signals to YouTube that this content is relevant and helps more people find this information that can literally save lives. There's another story I need to tell you about Mr. Antonio, 74 years old, a former truck driver who had a lifetime of poor eating habits on the road, grabbing meals at truck stops, greasy food, soda, fast food. When he retired and finally had time to focus on his health, he discovered he had grade 3 hepatic steatosis, uncontrolled type 2 diabetes, and his doctor had told him that if he didn't make radical changes, he'd be on the transplant list in a few years. Mr. Antonio came to me seeking a second opinion, and when I saw his lab results, I confess I was worried. TGO of 112, TGP of 138, GGT of 180, triglycerides of 320, hemoglobin A1C of 9. But you know what gave me hope? His desire to change. He told me he had just become a grandfather for the first time and that he wanted to be alive and healthy to teach his grandson how to ride a bike, to tell stories, to be present. We implemented the green tea protocol along with nutritional counseling and light exercise, daily walks of 20 minutes. In 18 months, Mr. Antonio had completely transformed. He lost 50 pounds, all his enzyme levels normalized, his hemoglobin A1C dropped to 3, and the ultrasound showed that his fatty liver had reduced to grade 1. He achieved his dream, taught his grandson how to ride a bike, and sent me a photo of the two of them together that I keep in my office to this day. The science behind green tea goes far beyond catechins. Recent studies show that it also modulates the gut microbiota, which is the collection of bacteria living in your intestines and directly linked to liver health. An imbalanced gut produces more toxins and inflammatory substances that go straight to the liver through the portal circulation, worsening fatty liver. Green tea acts as a prebiotic, feeding the good bacteria and reducing the bad ones, creating a healthier intestinal environment. Additionally, it reduces oxidative stress, which is the buildup of free radicals that damage liver cells, and increases the production of glutathione, which is the body's most powerful natural antioxidant. All of this together creates a favorable environment for the liver to regenerate and eliminate accumulated fat. Recapping everything you've learned today, after age 60, the liver becomes more vulnerable to fat accumulation due to reduced enzyme activity, increased insulin resistance, and decreased regenerative capacity. Green tea, prepared correctly, with water between 160 and 175 degrees Fahrenheit, steeped for 3 to 5 minutes, consumed on an empty stomach or 30 minutes before meals at a dose of 3 to 4 cups per day, works by activating the AMPK enzyme, increasing fat burning in liver cells, improving insulin sensitivity, modulating gut microbiota, and reducing oxidative stress. Results typically appear between 8 and 12 weeks, but consistency is key. You need to do this every single day without fail, and combine it with a more balanced diet and some form of physical activity, even if it's just a light walk. If you're wondering if there are any contraindications, yes, individuals with severe liver problems like active hepatitis or advanced cirrhosis should avoid it or consume it only under medical supervision, as an excess of catechins can overwhelm an already weakened liver. Pregnant and breastfeeding women should also avoid it as a precaution, and people with severe insomnia should have their last cup by 4 p.m. at the latest to avoid disrupting sleep. Beyond that, green tea is safe and extremely beneficial for the vast majority of people over 60 with fatty liver disease. I want you to share this video with those you love, with that friend or family member you know is struggling with fatty liver and doesn't know what to do. Often, simple information like this can completely change a person's health trajectory. And comment below if you've tried to reverse fatty liver and haven't succeeded. Because I want to understand the biggest challenges you're facing, so I can bring you more content that truly helps. Before I wrap up, let me tell you one last thing that can be the game changer for your success. Many people start out motivated, drink the tea religiously for 2 or 3 weeks, but then get discouraged because they don't see immediate results. You need to understand that the liver didn't accumulate fat overnight. That took months or even years, so recovery is also gradual. You'll feel the first signs of improvement in your body before you even see them on your labs. More energy, less fatigue, better digestion, reduced bloating. These are the signs that it's working. But blood tests will only show significant improvement after 8 to 12 weeks, and an ultrasound might take up to 6 months to show a clear reduction in fat. So, don't give up halfway through. Trust the process, be patient with yourself, and remember that every cup of green tea you drink is a step toward complete health. In my next video, I'm going to show you the 5 foods you should completely cut out of your diet if you want to reverse fatty liver after 60. And some of them will surprise you because they're considered healthy by most people. Don't miss it, because this information might be exactly what you need to finally get your liver fat down to 0. All the best, take care, and see you next time.